Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Trev back again here doing another video. This time we'll be doing a video on The Walking Dead issue 84, so it just came out last week. I'm going to do another review. I started with issue 83, and I may continue these depending on how the series continues, and, you know, just if I have time and I kind of feel like doing a video. So this was definitely an awesome issue. Following up on the No Way Out story arc, which I have enjoyed immensely compared to, you know, well, I mean, all of The Walking Dead's been fantastic, but I just, for some reason, have really enjoyed The Walking Dead No Way Out story arc and Alexandria, the new town that they've been living in. I really like the town. I really like the story arc. Everything about it is really great. So this will contain minor spoilers, although there's not really much to spoil in the issue. More of just a general direction in which the story's taking. Or taken. So, you know, if you're worried about that, if you're sensitive about that kind of stuff, you know, you can not watch this. Yeah, so we get to see in this issue, you know, last issue, obviously, half of Carl's face got blown off with his eye and everything like that. And it was a big cliffhanger at the end of the last issue. This one it's not really a big cliffhanger at the end of this issue. I mean, it's kind of just, you know, sort of like the aftermath of that, basically. And I really liked in this issue the direction that Kirkman took here and the direction that it looks like he's going to be taking from here on out with the characters. You know, the old leader of the town is dead. Douglas is dead, or at least as far as we know, he's dead. And of course, you know, Rick makes it through. As far as we know so far, you know, he's going to make it through this, and he'll be around. So, you know, that's good to see. And also, too, that, you know, he's planning on doing what Robert Kirkman originally planned. In Robert Kirkman's original draft, when he was making The Walking Dead, basically his draft said originally that Rick and, you know, the people with him, his family, and that kind of stuff, would, this was the outline for the story, essentially, would, you know, undead apocalypse type thing, and then they would eventually find their way to a high school, okay, and they would live in the high school, and they would, you know, make it safe and that kind of thing, and then they would, you know, Rick would kind of lead some kind of, you know, revolution or group that would become big enough to, you know, to really, you know, change things and to create a nice life there. And that was the general, you know, overview of the plot and the way that everything would unfold. And it looks like he actually is sort of sticking to that, although we have not seen a high school. We got to see the prison, and then we get to see this town. You know, it seems like he's actually going to be taking on that, you know, at least at this moment, it looks like he's going to be taking that on, you know, with just the things that Rick was saying at the end of this issue, when he's talking to Carl, and he's just saying, you know, I want to be able to show you, you know, this world I'm going to create. I want to show you this, you know, what we can create together, and I have hope, you know, and this kind of stuff. And he's basically begging for him to please live. I personally, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say that I don't think Carl will live. And I also hope he won't, because, you know, I kind of would like to see a little bit more turmoil there with Rick and his character. I don't know why. For some reason, I just feel that way. I mean, I'm just speaking from the top of my head, so I guess that's kind of the way I feel. And I just would kind of like, I don't know why, I just would kind of like to see Carl die. What do you guys think? Write in the comments below. You know, let me know what you think. Do you think that, would you like to see Carl survive, or do you think that it'd be kind of unrealistic for him to do so, seeing as how he just got half his face blown off? He's just a kid. You know, they don't have, you know, great, you know, health care and that kind of shit, you know, in that town, of course. You know, you've got basically one person without, you know, the technology and the resources to really help someone in that state. You know, what do you guys think about that? Do you think he should survive, or do you think he should be a goner? I think he should be a goner. That's just my opinion. But let me know if you guys have a different opinion. As far as the story goes from here on out, I think this is really exciting for the story, and this could really take a big turn, you know, and Rick becoming a really strong leader again and really making a difference in that kind of thing, and would also change the way that you look at the story, from just the story being basically, you know, people just trying to survive, to the main character Rick actually, you know, being able to make a difference and really become sort of like, not like a superhero, but such an important person that he's able to, you know, affect the world as a whole and really, you know, save a lot of people and this kind of stuff. So in that sense, really, you know, it would make sense why the story's been following him all this way. And whether or not he will survive, if he does go that route, I tend to think that he will. I tend to think that he will make it through and he will survive, and at least up until issue, I think I said in a previous video, like issue 200 or something. I tend to think he will. Anyway, back to this issue. I ranted for quite a while there. So this is a fantastic issue, I think, overall. I really like the direction, as I mentioned. I think that this is really going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds and what kind of character, Rick becomes. I don't think we have to worry about him dying anytime soon, at least that's my opinion right now. I really don't think we do. The art in this book is something I have to mention right off the bat. The art is absolutely fantastic. The double-page spreads, I mean, there's, I think, 2 or 3 double-page spreads with just some straight-up zombie-killing action. Something we really haven't had a whole lot in this comic book, really much, is, some just real, big zombie battles and shit, And I think Charlie Adler, his art style is just fantastic for this book and the kind of book it is. The way he draws zombies and the way he draws the people and that kind of stuff, he's so good at drawing characters. Realistic drawing compared to Tony Moore, who started the book. Tony Moore really was a very comic booky style, and he kind of drew everybody like that superhero-ish vibe. He had some good things about his art too, but in this issue, you really get to see some awesome art from Charlie Adler. There's a double-page spread of where they're all killing the zombies, and then there's another one of where they're standing on top of all the corpses, and it's just gruesome in the amount of corpses they're standing on top of. Basically, overall, this issue I think was great. I think the direction was good. Obviously, it didn't have the shocker that 83 did, but not every issue could have that. You can't always just have shocking moments like that unless you want to end the book right away. And I think that the overall direction that Kirkman planned out originally with the plot, with Rick kind of becoming that, something greater and becoming like a great leader and really making a difference in this world, is really starting to show that I think that that's the route he will take. And I don't think it'll be easy, and I really hope Carl doesn't survive. But I think that that's a really good direction for him to take with this whole thing. Kind of gives the whole thing a little bit more purpose and meaning to the story than just a survival story, So very cool. So very excited to see what's going to happen in the last part of No Way Out. I mean, it looks like now there's pretty easy way out. I actually predicted this. I don't know if I said it in my last video, but I was talking to some guys in the forums and that kind of stuff, and I said, I think that they're going to have to fight. They're going to have to stand and fight. I was just contemplating how they were going to do that. See, I thought they would have gotten to that gun shed they had and gotten all the guns out and just fucking mowed them all down, but it looks like they didn't even need to do that. They were able to do it with just, like, what is it, maybe 10 of them, 5 to 10 of them, and, Abe and the people that were in the church, the priest there, and, all the other characters, the supporting characters that are around that were able to come out and fight. Came out and just fucking beat the crap out of all the zombies, and it was very cool to see. It was actually something completely different, and that's what I thought they were going to have to do. When you have no way out, you're back against the wall. You have to finish that fight. That's what you have to do, and I think it worked out really well. I liked the direction. I liked everything. Just like the last issue, I think this is fantastic going forward. Very excited as always. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this direction? Do you like this whole Rick's going to become the quote-unquote savior Superman of this world? What do you think? Let me know, guys. See ya.